gentlemen, tighten your seatbelt as we take you on this smooth ride. Let's go! It's the morning drive on 103.5.
Yes, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Please like, subscribe, and share. Right? Hit the subscribe button right here. Check this out. It's on Amazon.com. Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by yours faithfully, Martin Ifan Streeters, all right? It's also available at St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Umunia. Also available at St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha. Check it out, or you come to Ebona at the 103.5 FM and pick it up.
From 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on the morning drive. 103.5 Echo FM.
Good morning and welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Today, the 30th day of April 2024, the last day of April. And the time is a minute past the hour of 7. It's time for newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
Broadcasting, the National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the contents of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and all right to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that the complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that the complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on Airborne at the 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on The Guardian, Leadership, Vanguard, Punch, Daily Post, The Nation. This day, and if time permits, we're also going to take a look at the Nigerian Tribune newspapers. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebonade 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. Why ICPC staff board should be mindful of actions by Aliyu. Babalola urges secessionists to learn from China. PDP chieftain Showunmi cautions Tinubu against betraying supporters. Ajidore to deliver Babcock Varsity's 48th inaugural lecture. Navy rescue 250 passengers from boat mishap in rivers. Troops clear bandits hideout. Capture one. Police arrest 16 suspects for murder in Rivers. Lagos court convicts travel agent for defrauding Muslim pilgrims. Gunmen abduct student, father in Ondo. Tax force clears illegal trading activities in Agege. Electricity tariff, food inflation, fuel scarcity, others top agenda as National Assembly resumes. Declines Emefiele's request to stop trial. Nigeria begs US to repatriate more stolen funds. Mamu seeks transfer from DSS custody to Kuje. PDN, NYF flay attacks on Tertiary Education Trust Fund by desperate office seekers. Debts, market monopoly, hot Nigerians as a fuel subsidy backfires. 8 million households to pay more for prepaid meters as NERC deregulates sector. No vacancy in Aso Rock, Ganduje tells Kwankwaso. Others, EFCC gets nod to freeze 1,146 bank accounts over FX crisis. Abu Razak rules Nigeria as a drug trafficking transit hub. 1 year after 2023 polls, Yaga orders question Tinubu on electoral reform. JAMB releases 2024 UTME results, withholds 64,624. Victims of Abaranje explosion seeks NCC's support for medical remediation. 2 decades of progress celebrating British America Tobacco Nigeria's commitment to sustainability and growth. Experts seek collaboration to tackle insecurity. Lagos receives Pelumi Nubi's car for museum. Obi canvasses for judicious use of public funds. Sports Minister speaks on bribery allegation by Bashali. Tribunal stops multi-choice from increasing DSTV, GoTV subscription rates. CBN stops OPay, Kuda, PalmPay, MoneyPoint from boarding new customers. Court differs ruling on Emefiele's application to hear case. Gunmen kidnap Navy secondary school student, father in Ondo. Alleged fraud. Ganduje wife orders fault arraignment. Expert motion. Police arrest 16 suspects in connection to late Brigadier General Yakubu Rimdan laid to rest in Plateau. Navy rescues 250 passengers from boat mishap in rivers. JAMB releases 2024 UTME results. Alleged copyright infringement. Non-appearance of MTN MD. 2 others stall arraignment. UK issues alert as global cessation scams doubles. Makinde, Obasanjo advocate collaborative approach for agribusiness investment. Police confirm 2 dead as a bridge collapses in Ebonyi. Edo announces 70,000 naira minimum wage. Tuko Mamu seeks transfer out of DSS custody to Kuje prison. Nigeria doctor loses UK license after sex for Botox scandal. MNTF operations, 6 Boko Haram terrorists surrender. Activist Hamzat Lawal comments Elvis Akpobi's appointment in Delta State. Tuko Mamu court warns federal government against lack of diligent prosecution. Anambra community suffers gully erosion. Government intervention. FX crisis. Court permits EFCC to freeze 1,146 individuals' companies' accounts. Fuel scarcity. NMDPRA warns marketers against hoarding. Federal government opens $617 million start-up funding for Nigerian youths. Ganduje, Kanu Commission vows to resist primordial interest. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency nabbs a male passenger carrying 4,000 tramadol pills in MMIA. Groups condemn attacks on Tertiary Education Trust Fund, says agency under siege by desperate office seekers. Nigerian arrested in Japan for drug smuggling, romance scam. National Air Force airstrikes kill 3 bandit kingpins, others in Bello Tuji's camp. Edo governorship candidate Igodalo refutes claims of a role in Chaibu's impeachment. Chetima departs for Nairobi for IA21. Samsung expresses interest in boosting Nigeria's economy. Fuel scarcity. Passengers lament soaring transportation fares in Ilorin. We are investing in technology for transparency, accountability. Tinubu. Criminals infiltrate Festac through canals. PCRC says. Nonagerian laments bank's refusal to vacate Ikeja property. Fresh concerns over security issues around call maxing. SIM boxing. Fresh concerns over security issues around call maxing, SIM boxing. 2 notorious drug kingpins bag life jail for cocaine trafficking. Tinubu urges Samsung to invest in Nigeria. NACCIMA partners reps to promote trade, economy. Tinubu secures $600 million from post infrastructure. FX rates harmonization. CBN abandons unification policy, reintroduces discriminatory rates. Police kill suspected kidnapper, rescue 2 victims unhurt. Federal government begins demolition on Lagos Calabar Highway. Tanker fire. NGF seeks safer transportation for petroleum products. That's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning. From the Guardian newspaper, we'll flip over to leadership newspaper. Mahmoud seeks a transfer to Kuje prison. DSS lawyer abandons a process. JAMB releases 1.8 million UTME candidates results, withholds 64,624. NOA, UNICEF partner on registration, legal identity for Nigerians. Scottish evidence vote. I have no hand in Chaibu's impeachment. Igodalo. PDP governors, Atiku, commiserate with Rivers Ogun over tanker explosion. PDP governors, Atiku, commiserate with Rivers Ogun over tanker explosions. Why I sponsored a rehabilitation integration bill. Senator Nwoko. Showumi cautions Tinubu on El Rufai. Yahaya Bello. Federal government begins 2024 bid round. Puts 12 greenfield oil blocks on offer. Over 530 companies vie for Nigerian railways. 11 billion naira projects. 24 hours after reduction, customs foreign raised by 12.2%. Transcorp plans a 5,000 capacity event center. $200 million Lagos hotel. NUPRC conduct due diligence on Shell's onshore divestment. NUPRC conducts due diligence on Shell's onshore divestments. NCAA denies a purchase of 250 million naira official car. Stop onboarding new customers. CBN orders fintech firms. Seplat Energy declares US 3 cents dividend per share for Q1 2024. 4 months after, former aviation agencies heads not served termination letters. NUPRC triumphs at NOGIG 2024. firm unveils innovative credit scheme to boost animal health sector. Stakeholders tax state government on health insurance for all. Reform the judicial system now. 30 years of South African constitution. Court stops multi-choice from increasing DSTV, GoTV rates. Ganduje probe. Kanu Commission seeks useful information. PDP governors will taken this. Excited Ganduje addresses supporters, says Tinubu will remain president beyond 2027. Edo PDP candidate Godolo denies sponsoring Chaibu's impeachment. Ondo Guba Ayedatiwa receives APC certificate, extends olive branch to rivals. That's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper this morning. From the leadership newspaper, we'll flip over to Vanguard newspaper. Tribunal stops multi-choice from increasing DSTV, GoTV tariffs. Hat-trick hero Lewandowski fires Barcelona to comeback win against Valencia. Tragedy as UFC star Francis Ngannou loses 15-month-old son. Abduction. DIA peddling lies against me. First news editor Olatunji cries out. Lagos warns 4 stations against causing traffic gridlock. Ondo poll. Ayedatiwa receives APC certificate of return. Why I increased minimum wage to 70,000 naira or Baseki. Liverpool expect Salah to stay despite Saudi interest. $10 billion is required yearly for 10 years to fix power sector. Federal government. 40 days after embarking on recess, reps set to resume legislative duty. Nigeria's DJ Bella break Guinness World Record for longest live stream concert. Mike Tyson to fight Jake Paul in heavyweight bout. Ododo's interference in Yahaya Bello EFCC saga, breach of law. Oshomule, Obaseki, we've taken this. No vacancy, 2027, no vacancy in Aso Rock. Ganduje taunts NMPP leaders. 40 days after embarking on recess, reps set to resume legislative duty. We've taken this. Promoting education and unity, Mixer grips Quran recitation event. For more on that story, please get yourself a copy of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. UTME 2024, how to check your JAM results. Fuel scarcity, passengers lament soaring fares in Ilorin. Why Naira depreciated by 23% in 4 days. Currency dealers, analysts, Okuoma Ewu, who he didn't summon Amagbain, militant kingpin, community. Fuel scarcity will last for 2 more weeks. Eichmann. Fuel scarcity will last for 2 more weeks. Eichmann. And that's the much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning. From the Vanguard newspaper, we'll flip over to the Punch newspaper. Don't blame me for your impeachment, Igodalo tells Chaibu. No vacancy in Aso Rock 2027, Ganduje tells opposition. ICPC tracked 219 billion naira constituency projects, recover 676 million naira. Chairman, Ile-Ife trip. Benin chiefs lose titles. Bad from Palace. US restates support for Nigeria to end terrorism. Fears spread in Enugu communities as gunmen kill 4 monarchs. How bandits sacked me from 10,000 hectares. Kaduna farm, ex-governor. Bafawa. Indigens seek 1 billion naira for Warri Empowerment Center. Enugu governor vows swift action after deadly herdsmen attack. 16 fleeing Niger inmates are recaptured. Nigerian Correctional 15, 16 fleeing Niger inmates recaptured. NCOS spokesman. Yahoo boys will end in destruction. Oyedebo warns internet fraudsters. Oni preaches unity as Council rejects call for Yoruba nation. EFCC proves 1,146 frozen accounts for money laundering. Kanu panel lines up witnesses for Ganduje's probe. Gombe governor urges local government chairman to stem farmer header clashes. 1.4 million UTME candidates scored below 200 JAMB. 1.4 million UTME candidates scored below 200 JAMB. Oyo local government poll rape of democracy, says APC. Oyo local government poll rape of democracy, says APC. $413,000 bribery. Again, service failure stalls Ganduje's arraignment. Edo poll, Obi group threatens to work against PDP. Lagos holds a summit on fire outbreaks. Court orders Air Peace to answer FIJ's queries on aircraft operations. Sanwo-Olu approves annual celebration of Yoruba Week. EFCC officers disperse pro-Yahaya Bello protesters. 10 billion naira fraud. Court lifts arrest order against Kwara ex-finance commissioner. The cable marks 10th anniversary with webinar on rising medicine costs. Lagos state government begins screening vaccination of Hajj pilgrims today. Dangote truck not responsible for Kogi accident. Petitions against Ayedatiwa baseless. APC panel. EFCC grills 13 suspected oil thieves in Lagos. Ex-CBN director admits collecting $600,000 bribe for Emefiele. NSA asks security agencies to embrace open communication. That's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning. From the Punch newspaper, we flip over to Daily Post newspaper. ABSU Deputy Vice Chancellor narrates ordeal in kidnappers' den. For crisis, Kwara government task force raids filling stations in Ilori. How I collected $600,000 for Emefiele, CBN ex-director, tells court. Oba of Benin bars suspended 6 palace officials. Benue will not thrive without adequate security, Alia tells new police commissioner. Cross River Speaker's security aides engage armed kidnappers in shootout. Nigerian government requires $10 billion annually to revive power sector. Minister. Labour to picket airlines in Nigeria over non-unionization policy. Presidency. No vacancy in Aso Rock in 2027. Ganduje thoughts. NMPP. Nigeria's DMO sells 2.669 trillion naira treasury bills in March. Enough is enough. Governor Mba vows as he storms Nimbo over herdsmen killings. Consider second term. You are betraying El Rufai, Yahaya Bello. Articles X aid wants Tinubu. That's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. From the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. Labour Institute seeks better industrial relations. Lagos holds seminar on land charge operations. Philanthropist launches electric bus. Stakeholders urge peaceful coexistence. Lagos firm partner on 5 billion naira trade fair. NERC okays it 1,975,000 naira, 143,836 naira for meters. NEC okays it 1,975,000 naira, 143,836 naira for meters. TAP marks fourth empowerment, 1.8 million candidates to take 2024 WAEC. Court to rule on alleged terrorist negotiator. Mahmoud's request for transfer from DSS detention. Retrace your steps. Afe Babalola tells secessionists. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. FMDQ appoints CBN Deputy Governor Datijo as a board chairman. NCAA denies allegations of buying 250 million naira vehicle. Fuel scarcity bites hard. Lagos residents groan. Tribunal stops multi-choice from increasing DSTV, Go TV subscription rates. Nigeria's economy has escaped the face of sabotage. Tinubu court orders a forfeiture of 2.5 million naira in National Drug Law Enforcement Agency bribery case. Senator Wamako loses elder brother Limman. Senate weighs options on Ningi's recall. Yoruba Week. Sanwo-Olu's administration rise Lagos Assembly. Alleged illegal forest trading. Court okays EFCC's freezing of 1,146 accounts. That's the much we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the Nation newspaper, we'll flip over to this day newspaper. Ribadu, social media is a local global threat, now national security priority. Ganduje, no vacancy in Aso Rock in 2027. Tinubu, our youths will transform Nigeria into digital economy powerhouse. Nigeria appeals to US for repatriation of more stolen wealth. NUPRC begins a Fairfields bid round, offers 17 blocks for sale. Tinubu, we've taken this. WAEC, 1.8 million candidates expected as WAEC commence today. WAEC, 1.8 million candidates expected as WASEC commences today. Nigeria appeals, we've taken this. NCDMB receives 450 million naira interim dividend from Watersmith Modular Refinery. NECA, Tinubu's economic reform not responsible for closures of industries. Alake, Nigeria's mineral reserves valued at $750 billion. NFF appoints Finidi George as head coach of Super Eagles. Edo workers will collect 70,000 naira as minimum wage, says Obaseki. Tinubu at WEF says subsidy removal, forest reform saved Nigeria from bankruptcy. Federal government pays Julius Berger 20 billion naira augmentation fee for Bodo Boni Road. Chief of Defense Staff, we must chain enemies of Nigeria, unite against banditry, terrorism. Chevron, Exxon, Total Energies release quarter one reports, record mixed results. Future of work can be now. MTN Nigeria account returns to SO and U. End of oil not coming in near future, says OPEC boss. Despite cuts in consumption, federal government spends $2.16 billion to import petrol in 2 months. Sun, Standard Organization of Nigeria, restates commitment to upholding quality standard for iron products. FAO unveils a 10-year plan to combat antimicrobial impacts on farm globally. FAO unveils 10-year plan to combat antimicrobial impacts on farms globally. Reuters surveil inflation in Nigeria to remain stubborn till 2024 and till 2025, I beg your pardon. That's the much we can take from this day newspaper this morning. You're listening to newspaper headlines on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. When I go for a short break, when we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. Please stay with us.
If you know your history, then you will know where you are coming from. And in whatever you do, seek wisdom. Knowledge is power. Inugo Maka, the book, Hip Hop and Igbo Culture, authored by Martin Ifeanyichukwu Ekezie, Ezanumba the First. Metal of Ebona, the 103.5 FM. There is a great insight in hip hop and Igbo culture. You can get this book or pick it up at a bookshop in St. Teresa's Catholic Church, or at Ebona, the 103.5 FM Ogidi. You can also get this book at the Catechist office in St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha, or you go to www.amazon.com, search for Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by Martin Ifeanyichukwu Ekezie. For further information on how to get this book, please call 080-3916-7049 or your WhatsApp 080-6579-6599.
Join Divine Galilee Christ Assembly Mission Ogidi on their weekly activities for your undiluted word of God, deliverance, and unlimited blessings. Every Tuesday, prophetic service and deliverance, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Every Thursday, counseling, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Every Friday, Night of Vengeance, 9 p.m. till dawn. Venue, permanent site, former Bujo bus stop, Edoma Estate, Ogidi. Phone 0806 797-3760 or 0813-699-4615. For Asaba branch, every Monday is counseling 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Wednesdays, prophetic service and deliverance 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sundays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Venue, number 5, Andy Oko Street, Bonsac, behind the Seat of Wisdom School, Asaba. Phone 0806-595-2899. Hosts, Mommy Blessing, aka Anugo, the General Overseer. Come and experience the light of God.
How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general? Street report. If we do not address these challenges on Ebona FM, who will? As the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be.
Our government,
Whatever. Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is across your streets. In your community. Street report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Ifeanyichukwu Ezanumba the First, every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Ebona 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds
in your face.
On Emas Nebona the corner
24/7, 24/7.
Shay, one them say no more. Ebe isi na na-agbadata Igbo na Anambra steeti ka ị na-eje nwanne bụ n'egwu jebe na Residency Hotels dị ofi na Ogidi. Nwanne adị na-eli emechi ọnụ ma ọ bụ ife dị mma nzo nwanne ife dị mma dị ya nwanne ije ebe ebata na room arụ eju ọnụ ka oyi where you see luxuriously furnished rooms and suites dị mma nwanne banyego na their kitchen nwanne ebe a na-esi ife a na-egwu na aka sie ife ilisie ife ịdị oke ịbanyekwa na their outdoor arena where you can even have all types of events
from wedding down to birthday party from Nana I'm for a very clean swimming pool of one residency hotels Leofino Gidi ordinary a very serene and secured environment at kilometer 13 Old Onitsha Enugu Express Road. You can also call them for reservation on 081 40 933 512. Residency Hotels Leofino Gidi. If I back on ever not the one say no more.
Of the society. Now, the president never now the 105 FM, wherever I got
Papa, mama, na ụmụaka maka ịmata ihe gbasara ezinụlọ sonyelu classic lady.
Eminary, classic lady.
N'ebe ọ na-adị 103.5
FM. No girl be amazing Canada Garage every Tuesday na Friday, 3 to 4 p.m.
You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on Airborne AD 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-9666-103. You can as well join us on Facebook as we're live at Airborne AD 103.5 FM. We are on to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Visiting EFCC headquarters, a corpus experience. Bajabiamila Police Student Relations Forum on campuses. Sanwo-Olu Relations Forum on campuses. Sanwo-Olu fixes last week city laments economic hardship on citizens. Why I increase the minimum wage to 70,000 naira or basiki. Tackle insecurity charges federal government, state governments. Tackle insecurity to end food scarcity. Bafarawa charges federal, state governments. Peering Advocacy and Advancement Center in Africa to organize a stakeholders meeting on electoral reform in Anambra. Food security. Governors not supporting Tinubu's farming initiatives. Group. For scarcity. NUJ tax Sokoto government. Relevant authorities to take urgent action. No executive intimidation of judiciary in Borno. Governor Zulum. Sanwo-Olu condones Ray Epu over. Out return. Formerly, meter is free. Today, you buy it and pay. He's joining us from 33, and he says, I'm Joshua Dawson from 3 for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. This one is coming from Maloto Patrick from Unteja. And he says, always have it at the back of their minds that the primary function, it is important that our politics and ethnicity should